Okay, so you're standing there in front of your washing machine. It's locked, it's full of soaking wet clothes, and it's flashing that angry little three-letter word at you, SUD. I know that feeling, it's super frustrating. But don't worry, we are going to get this fixed right now.
First things first, just take a deep breath. The SUD error is actually one of the most common issues you can run into. And here's the good news. It's also one of the easiest to fix. And I mean it, your machine is not broken. So let's start with what's really going on. So what is your washer actually trying to tell you with this code? It's sending a very, very specific message, and it's not "I'm broken and you need to spend a bunch of money." Nope. It's more like, "Houston, we have a foam problem." You know, your washer is actually pretty smart. It can feel how hard the motor is working to tumble those clothes. And when there's a giant mountain of foam in there, it creates a ton of resistance, a lot of drag. The machine detects this, and it hits the brakes on the cycle to protect itself from damage. Then it flashes SUD to let you know what's up. Oh, and just a quick heads up. If you've ever seen an F21 error code on a similar machine, well, this is the exact same problem. SUD is just the friendlier, more obvious way of saying it. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get your clothes out of laundry jail. We're going to follow a simple 3-step plan to get everything back on track. First, we got to reset the machine's brain. Go ahead and hit the pause or cancel button twice. Then, and this is the really important part, physically unplug it from the wall socket. Let it sit there for a full 5 minutes. This clears the error from its memory, and most of the time, it'll release that pesky door lock. Now, if you open that door and it looks like a bubble bath exploded inside, you're going to have to get that foam out by hand. Just grab a small cup or bowl, bail out any water you can see, and then just scoop out as much of that foam as possible. And while you're in there, give that rubber door seal a quick wipe down. Okay, now plug the machine back in, shut the door, and run a rinse and spin cycle. And this is key, with absolutely no clothes and no new detergent. Now, if you see foam starting to build up again, just pause the cycle, pour 1 cup of plain old white vinegar right into the drum, and hit start again. That vinegar is a secret weapon. It's amazing at breaking down all that leftover soap. So your machine is running again. Crisis averted. But how do we make sure this never, ever happens again? Well, the answer almost certainly lies with what you're putting inside of it. Now get this. This is the key insight right here. In 95% of cases, I mean that's literally 19 times out of 20, this error has absolutely nothing to do with a broken part. The problem is almost always the detergent. And this slide right here shows you exactly why. You see, high-efficiency, or HE washers, use way less water than old-school machines. They're specifically designed for low-sudsing HE detergents. Using regular, old-fashioned detergent in a modern washer? It's kind of like putting diesel fuel in a gasoline car. It's just the wrong fuel for that engine. So let's lock in some new golden rules. First, you must use a detergent with that little HE logo on it. And here's the real shocker for most people. You only need 1 to 2 tablespoons. That's it, not a full cap. If you're using pods, make sure you toss them straight into the big drum before you put the clothes in, not in that little dispenser drawer. Now that we know the cause, let's talk prevention. Let's build a little long-term wellness plan for your machine so we can keep those suds away for good. Think of this as a spa day for your washer. Once a month, set it to the hottest, longest cycle it has. A lot of them have a clean washer setting. Add 2 or 3 cups of white vinegar into the empty drum and just let her rip. This dissolves all that old, gunky soap scum that can cause a surprise sudsplosion down the road. Here's your cheat sheet. Seriously, print this out and tape it to your machine. The rules are simple. Use just a tiny bit of the right HE detergent, run those monthly cleaning cycles, and please, never ever assume the error is a broken part until you've checked your detergent habits first. And here are 2 final pro tips. Every few months, check that little drain pump filter. It's usually behind a small door at the bottom front of the machine. It can get clogged with lint, coins, you name it, and that slows down the draining. And always leave the washer door just a little bit ajar after a cycle. It lets everything dry out and prevents funky smells. Okay, but I know what some of you are thinking. What if you're doing everything right and you still get the error? What about that rare 1 in 20 chance that it's something more serious? Please listen to this advice and take it to heart. Before you even think about calling a repair technician,
You have got to commit to using the correct, small amount of HE detergent for at least 5 or 6 full laundry cycles. Sometimes it can take that long to completely flush all the old gunk out of the system. Bottom line, a genuine mechanical or electronic failure that causes a false Sud error is just incredibly rare. The odds are overwhelmingly in your favor that the solution is in the detergent bottle, not in a technician's expensive toolbox. We've covered a lot in just a few minutes, so if you walk away from this explainer with just one single thought locked in your brain, what should it be? This is it. This is the whole ballgame right here. Your modern high-efficiency machine is a precision instrument. It needs 1 tablespoon of the right stuff, not a full cup of the wrong stuff. Remember that, and you'll likely never see that dreaded Sud error ever again.